What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you are here from my podcast, hi. All right, so let's do a tarot reading. Oh my gosh, this has been, it's been a week. All right. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Serena or Bean. I answer to both. I've been on this journey for quite some time, and it's finally just time for me to do YouTube. I've been avoiding it like the plague. I don't know, for so many reasons, but it's just time. So let's get a message because that's what we doing. I don't know. I feel it's been very heavy. I'm in the middle of a crazy ass manifestation, and that's kind of what I'm learning and teaching as I go. So in my journey, the way it works for me anyway is I learn things I go through. I come in here and share with you. What do we got? Four of Pentacles. Holding on to something, grasping it very tightly. Yeah. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's a relationship. It's something. It's something that's very valuable to you, which that makes sense. But it's there. Oops. And the Four of Swords. So we got 4 and 4 out here. And the Four of Swords is like the easiest card in the sword suits, because the swords is just, it's a tough one because it's all mental, right? That's your swords. But here she's laying in the nest and she has the red string with her heart. And that's like, you're always connected to your highest self. For those of you that don't know, my dad had a crazy ass near-death experience when I was in 4th grade in 1991. He was dying of leukemia in the hospital, had a crazy out-of-body experience, near-death experience. And basically, it's been a huge cornerstone of my journey. More on that later, but it's like that red string. You're always connected to that highest self. 4. That's stable. Let's see. It feels like you're holding on, but you can rest. It's okay. It's maybe you've been in some like rocky waters, or maybe you've been feeling just super overwhelmed. I know I have been. Like this reading is all me. I do tarot readings mostly like for myself, but I always share them because I always know that whatever I'm going through, I know somebody else is too. And tarot is what changed my life. Tarot is what gave me my ultimate connection to my highest self. It's something that not outside of myself, but there was something else going on that wasn't here. That was the unseen, the unknown. And tarot helped me tap into that. I'm sorry, I'm on my iPad and it's on my desk. I'm trying not to hit the thing and make it jiggle. Sorry. Okay, Ace of Cups. That new spark of life, of light, of hope. Like this is hope. This is like a new idea of hope. Like it's a fulfillment. It's like that knowing. It's almost like there's the heart right there, and it's right here. You know what I mean? It's like rest. It's there. It's always connected to you. You'll never lose it. You can never lose it. Ah! King of Wands. It's like that lion inside of you, like when you're ready to go. Like the passion is ignited. I knew that I needed to do YouTube. I knew that I needed to record. I knew that this was the next step, and I've been avoiding it. I've been not wanting to do it. Insecurities, like ego, whatever. I don't know, all the stuff, right? But you have to step into that King of Wands energy. Otherwise, it's like, but I know I have that for tarot. That's my passion. I mean, that's what I do. It's what's helped me and guided me and ultimately set my soul free. It gave me sovereignty. And that's what I want to help people with. Three of Pentacles. See? Everybody has their part. And when everybody does their part, something amazing happens. Everybody has to do their part. You have your part, I have mine, and we're all here in this big movie called Planet Earth. And it's like, maybe you don't know what your part is. Maybe you've been doing something and you're holding on for dear life and you're pouring into it and it's just not happening. But you know in your heart what you're supposed to do. There's something there that you've overlooked maybe, but you know it. There is a deep, deep knowing that whatever it is, no matter, and it might sound absolutely ridiculous. For instance, I deconstructed out of Christianity and all of religion. I had to, because it was holding me from this. I actually became not wanting to be here anymore because the Bible says do not use tarot, and specifically in there. And it sent me through a rabbit hole that I had to go through. I had to make my way all the way through religion. I had to drill all the way down because so many times I was there and not there, not. Finally, I was like 10 toes down. My dreams are what set this really into motion. When I get some crazy ass vivid dreams, and they're precognitive dreams. My dreams started happening in real life. It actually started to happen. Listen, they were nuts. I started the podcast last year, a little over a year ago, and that really helped me tear everything apart and then put myself back together is what I've been doing. And believe me, it has not been easy. And if you're on this journey, which most of us are, and some of us are, look, there are some people that are so spiritually on point, it doesn't even but even when I look at those people, I'm like, that doesn't really fit for me. Do you know what I mean? Like there's still, so that's when I learned I have to follow my own heart. Listen, we're all here together and we should all support each other and we should all love each other and we should all encourage each other, right? Right here. Community, right? Maybe you're like me though. I'm alone. And when I mean alone, I mean alone. No friends around, no family, nothing. Parents not here, no siblings, nothing. I have my kids. I was married for 17 years and finally trauma, bad. But when you learn who the fuck you are, it's a solo journey. You have to turn into this to find your passion. This is the end game right here. You need to become the King of Wands to find that. And it has to light this up. You know what I mean? That's your passion. That's your calling. That's your purpose. And listen, it doesn't make any sense to me that I'm supposed to be doing tarot, because I'm like, there's a million readers out there, right? Bazillions of them. And it's like, who am I to show up and put this here, right? Who am I to do this? But it's like, I just have to be in my lane. I love other readers. I've learned so much from them. I've just, and having readers that just resonate with you and give you a very special message that can change your life is so magical, right? It's such a spiritual, and that's what we are. We're spirit. We're not humans. We're pretending to be humans because nobody really knows how to be a human because there's no freaking guidebook. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that some of us are just out here running around trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And we're all just, most of us anyway, right now, I think the world is just topsy-turvy. And there's a lot of us just trying to figure it out. We're just trying to get a grip and get that rest. We're trying to put our minds at ease. And right now, the world is just in a state of unrest. And it's not good for anybody at the moment. It's just hard. But we have to look within. We have to go within and find that passion. And then we need to learn, like, physically. See, the pentacles is physical, right? So the swords is mental, emotions, wands is action, passion, movement, like it happening. And then pentacles is the earthly result. It's the actual tangible result of whatever it is. And the three of pentacles is expansion beyond the two. And now there's more. And now it's like a party. You know what I mean? And there's three people there. So it's like community. Everybody has a part to play. We all do. And so you've got to get to your part of the movie. Whatever part of the movie you're in, whatever it is, your story, and you're the main character. It's like there's two different things going on. There's a collective huge movie and then your own personal movie. And you do your thing, you choose yourself, right? You choose you, and the rest of it just happens like magic, like it was supposed to. And depending on what your beliefs are, and wherever you are in your beliefs is in your journey is where you are, and whatever your beliefs are is what you're supposed to have. And I do not believe in religion at all, or patriarchy, or any of that kind of stuff anymore. That is a hard absolute no for me. And I know because I was oppressed by it. I was hurt by it, and I was supporting it for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And so once I finally woke up and was like, oh, yeah, no, I see it now. I see what it's doing. I see the negative sides of it. And what was driving everything was fear. I was scared I was going to go to hell. Like 100% scared I was going to hell. That's what drove me through everything, most of my life. And then I married somebody whose family, they're all a bunch of Baptist preachers. So, yeah, shit got real bad there for a minute. Justice and the moon. It's like, it's out there. You don't see it coming, but the scales are about to be balanced. And that energy is Three of Wands. That's funny. We got 4-4 and 3-3. That is funny. Future plans. That's the Three of Wands. I love this deck. I got it off Etsy. It's called Life is Like a Board Game. They look like Monopoly. And they're really nice cards, like really nice. So if you're looking for a really good deck, I like this one. It has 2 sets of major arcana cards in there. So, yeah, it's a big deck. It's got 100 cards in here, but I really love this deck. Let's see here. 2 of Wands. Forward movement garden. That's funny. I was like, isn't this going to be funny if it goes 4, 3, 2, 1? Future plans and forward movement. That's it. You're moving. And that's Wands. That's this. That's the King of Wands. That's Wands. That's movement. That's action. That's passion. See, I am passionate about tarot, and I've been scared to death to get on here and do this, but here we are. The Hanged Man. It's like getting that perspective. Getting that perspective that it's okay to do this, or this is why I should do this, because there are people out there who I'm going to resonate with, and that's my tribe. That is my tribe, and that's who I'm looking for, is my community. I'm looking for my soul tribe, and I don't know how to find them. So nothing else has worked, and I think it's this. I think this is where my community is. And so maybe you're alone. Maybe you're very alone. And I don't mean like kind of alone. I mean alone. No parents around. My mom's gone. My dad lives across the country. I'm totally no contact with all of my siblings. I no aunts, no uncles, no cousins. Everybody else is it's not here. There's just nobody. It's me, and I have 3 kids. One of my oldest son, he is already 19. He's grown, and then I have 2 teenage boys that are a little younger, and I get them, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they're with their dad the rest of the time. So we split them, and it's me and the dog. wherever Lemon is. I put her new bed right here. She might join us. She might roll in here. She usually comes in and hits me in the elbow. She's like, hey, pay attention to me, lady. Okay. So it's almost like you're unsure. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Future plans and forward movement, but you're stuck. You're like, is that really what it is? Like, I don't know. You're scared to make the mistake. You're scared to move forward because it's like, what if? I get it. It's okay. Don't overwhelm yourself. It's really okay. I know you're stressing. It's all mental, emotional. This is manifestation. So I love reading tarot through kind of the lens of the Tree of Life. And the reason is because the Tree of Life it's a little backwards. The Fool's journey is actually backwards. So you don't start at the Fool. The Fool isn't the beginning. The Fool is the end. The Fool is sovereignty. The world is what you have to overcome. You have to untether yourself from everything in the world and become sovereign. And then you release yourself. And once you're sovereign, then you can manifest. And that's the minor arcana. The swords is thoughts. The cups, emotions. The wands are passion and action. And the pentacles are the physical manifestation here on earth. It's the earth. So you have to, as above, so below, right? As within, so without. That's how it works. And it's no different anywhere. It's like having a baby, okay? You're like, oh, I think I want a baby. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, well, what do you got to do? You got to, or whatever. And you have to do the things to get the baby, to get pregnant, to have the baby. And then you have to 9 months, 40 weeks. Feels like an eternity, especially that last month. And then after that, it's the labor of love. Literally, you have to give birth. C-section or not, doesn't matter. C-section is significantly harder than vaginal birth. I did not have a C-section, but for those of you did, hats off, because that is intense. And ooh, Two of Pentacles. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. And we already have one ace. That's funny. It's a balancing act. Two of Pentacles. See? 2, 2. 22 is my favorite number. Oh, and so when I was going through everything and I was really like struggling and all this stuff, I realized, I found out with the Tree of Life, there are 10 spheres and 22 pathways. My birthday is 10/22. So, yeah, I was like, I was destined for this. What's this? 2, the High Priestess. Intuition. I knew it. I told you. I knew it. I knew. And this is the balance, right? And getting back to who you truly are, what lights you up and makes you happy. For me, it's helping people. See, I used to be the CEO of Build-A-Man. I used to foster men until they were ready for their forever homes, long before I was married. And, I learned at a very young age, I'm supposed to be responsible for everyone's feelings. I was a people pleaser. I was all this stuff. I had to be emotionally responsible and making sure everybody was happy in my family, that everybody was whatever, because that's just, I was the middle child, and I had an older sister who tried to drown me. It was crazy when I was 3. So much trauma. Oh my God. What do we got? 3 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Collaboration with someone. Maybe you're not going to be alone forever. Maybe whatever it is that you're doing, you've got to get it going because it's yours. It's your vision, it's your idea, it's your passion, and I know how hard that is because you don't want to do it by yourself. You need support. You need encouragement. And believe me, my heart goes out to you if you just feel so beat down and just it's so hard to pull yourself back up. And I understand, but you see, the lover's card used to be called the choice because a lover is somebody you choose. That's a very intimate, very personal, very much your choice. Who you choose to allow in your life, who you choose to share energy with. You know, that's intense. That is intimacy. That's everything. It's like who do you choose? And you have to start with choosing yourself. You have to get it going. What is that movie, Angels in the Outfield? If you build it, they will come. Like, build the field, the baseball players will show up. Start the channel, the collective will show up. Start the podcast, the collective will show up. And that's what I did. And I couldn't bring myself to be on camera. It's been a journey, folks. It's been a journey. And I get it. It just seems so easy, right? But when you don't want this kind of interaction, it's just not, it's hard. What do we got? Strength. That's taming that inner lion. See? That passion. It's this go get it, tiger. You know what I mean? Like that kind of feeling. And it's like, in the strength card, she's in the traditional one, she's like petting the lion. And in the Light Seers deck, she's like half lion, half human, and she's holding a lamb. And to me, that I love this deck. It really speaks to me. It's like she will not hurt that lamb, and that lamb is so confident sitting in her lap knowing that lamb is safe. Like, the lamb feels comfortable, is completely 4 swords. Lamb's just chilling there. And that's because you have control of your animal instincts. That wild part of us. It's like our shadow, you know? Carl Jung talks about that in some of his teachings about the wild animals, which is crazy because remember I said I have these crazy ass vivid dreams. And if you're from the podcast, you already know. I had the dream about the wild animals chasing me at the zoo and I was carrying the baby elephant. And then, which was, I think, me rescuing my inner child. And then one of the other dreams was the chiropractor dream where, if you know, you know. And at the end, after the chiropractor washed my feet and was like, okay, you're ready. It's time for you to go feed the wild animals on safari. And I was like going on a safari to feed the wild animals. And I got in like a Jeep. He handed me like a ticket and he was like, here, it's time. And I'm about to start crying. I'm so sorry. You'll get used to it. Because this is like, oh, wow. Okay. It's like I've been avoiding this for so long. I could connect with the podcast. I could just be vulnerable. I could just let it out, but it wasn't my face. It's such a different level of vulnerability. It's such a different level being seen. And it's just a whole nother level of exposure. And it's scary. But you got to be strong. You have to get over your fears. And for me, it was just fear of I'm ugly. I'm getting old. I have wrinkles. I've got a zit on my nose and right here. My face is all broke out. Like all these things, right? And I'm just like, I don't feel good. And when you don't feel good, you don't want to be in this, right? So I had to work on myself. I had to get through all of the things that were stopping me, and I had to, hangman perspective, I had to balance it. I had to reach within my intuition and know this is the path I'm supposed to take right now. Does not mean that I'm going to be successful. It does not mean anything. Maybe only one person watches my videos. You know what? Hi. Then that's what I was supposed to do. And my dad's near-death experience, they told him, the light beings said, you have work to do. You have to go back. And they could not tell him what it was. He kept asking, what do I need to do? They wouldn't tell him, you have work to do and you have to go back. You don't have a choice. They're like, I'm sorry. But when they told him, he said it just was so compassionate and warm and love and just the most amazing, amazing feeling that you could possibly imagine. And it's like, I can't even really fathom what that really feels like, because if you're like me and you've just been through the most and you feel very discarded, it's hard. It's hard to think I have a purpose. Who am I to have a purpose, right? Who am I to have anything? Because when you feel so horrible about yourself and you feel so overwhelmed and just worthless, your self-value, everything is just gone. And it's like, what do I bring to the table? I'm not going to tell anybody anything they don't already know. Like, nobody wants to listen. Who cares? And that's the truth. And this is the funny part. I do the podcast, right? I don't advertise it really. I had put up some stuff on TikTok, but my TikTok's on private right now because I just kind of needed a break. But my podcast has been getting hit. Like, what are we at? On Saturday, there were 75 downloads. And yesterday or today, there's already 27. I don't even talk to 27 people, okay? I don't even talk to 10 people. That's no joke. When I tell you that I'm alone, I mean that like wholeheartedly. I went through a massive, massive, massive spiritual awakening. I lost everyone and everything, and it was to find myself because I was so tethered mentally and emotionally, even physically, to everything. And I had to let go of all that. I had to overcome all of it. It was like, but it was so scary because I've been just so beat down that I feel like I needed something to hold on to. And I had to learn that I have to hold on to myself. Right here. I had to find it within myself. And that's hard. It's so hard. It's such a scary journey. What'd we cut? Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups. A truthful offer. A small, truthful offer. A new idea. Maybe somebody is offering you their cup, and maybe you're just not sure, but maybe. Let's see. That's the energy of you've got it. It's in your hand, right? The page is like a message. So page is so physical. It's actually here. It's tangible. That's why there's a fish in the cup. Judgment on the bottom. I put the wishy tape on them so you can't see. I need to do that to all of my cards. Since I'm going to be doing YouTube, I have to cover the naked parts because we don't want the tetas and booty sticking out. Page of Wands. Their message is coming. There's a message coming. There's information, some kind of exciting information. I'm guessing this is excitement because that's passion, communication. It's what is the fire, right? It's the fire. That's the element. So air, that's swords. Water, cups, emotions. Passion, wands, fire, right? Pentacles, earth, tangible, and the star. The star is my favorite card because it reminds me of my dad's near-death experience. When he woke up on the other side, he was dying of leukemia in the hospital in San Francisco, and he finally surrendered and just said, take me, like, I'm done. It was just 222 on my clock, by the way. And he was just done. And he didn't want to die. I mean, he was fighting like hell. And then he said he closed his eyes. And then when he opened his eyes, he was somewhere else. He was laying on a slab. It was like a rock or something. And it was the darkest, dark. And he said he blinked and he looked over and he saw these 12 light figures. And they were like having a football huddle talking. He could hear them. And he said, "Where am I?" And he said that one materialized right in front of his face and told him, "You can't stay. You have to go back." And my dad said, "I don't want to. Don't send me back. My dad said, "I feel like a kid. Don't send me back. Don't send me back." And they said, "We know. We're sorry. You have work to do." My dad said, What am I do? What do you mean?" And they said, "We can't tell you, but you have to go back. I'm sorry. You cannot stay. You have work to do and you have to go back. You don't have a choice." My dad was begging them not to send him back. And believe me, this man did not want to die. He had 3 kids at home. 3. And he was like, screw those kids, screw that job, screw that life, screw it. Like, this is home. And they said, "We're sorry." And they put him back to sleep. And he woke up in his cancer body in the hospital. 7 days later, he walked out of there in full remission. And that was like 30 plus years ago. That was 1991. So, when I think of the star card, my favorite star card is in the Lightseers deck. Let me see if I can find it. And the reason I love that card so much is because it really depicts like how I see healing and how I see understanding. She's on Earth, but she knows that her highest light body self, your energetic signature, isn't even really here. You're connected. That's that string. It's that cord. It's always connected. You can, if it goes, you go. You know what I mean? So the healing of knowing that this is an illusion, this is a dream, this is a projection, this is this is a plasma dream. That's what we're doing here. And it's taken me years to embody this information. And ultimately, my dad's whole experience, all the stuff he told me, like, there was just so much to unpack, and it just happened in layers. But it was literally, he gave me that pentacle. It was mine. And it was like, what are you going to do with it? And I've been holding on for dear life. This is me with my pentacles. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but I've got it. And finally, I let it cook. I let it simmer. You know, it was simmering in my heart. It was simmering in my soul until finally it ignited. It took off. And now I know the role that I need to play. I know my part. I'm supposed to share it. And as I share it, everything else will just happen. And maybe I will help somebody else get through the darkest part of their life. And it's this knowing of emotions and everything, just everything's there. And knowing that you're here for a reason. It's not an accident. There is a purpose to all of this. What exactly it is, I don't know, but I'm hoping I can figure it out. And I think ultimately the answer is love. We're here to experience unconditional love for ourselves and for others, because ultimately we're all made of the same thing. We're all the same. It's like, the way I picture Source is, let's just say the Big Bang, if you will, right? The explosion. And all these fractions of light. And we individualized. And that's how we got here. And it's almost like, okay, let's just say this was original Source, okay? And then Source exploded. And I use this kind of laughing because Morg Official, I think is his name on YouTube. He talks about everything symbolic. Everything here is symbolic. Your dreams are symbolic. Everything's symbols. So you got to learn the symbols, right? And source is the circle, is symbol. It's a circle. It's a ring. It's round. And that makes complete sense. Think about the wheel, the invention of the wheel. Oh my gosh. The Wheel of Fortune. That's so funny. The wheel. It's always spinning, it's always going. So let's just say source blew up. And then all of a sudden, there were all of us. And this is us. We're all these fractions. We're all source. We all came from the same place. We're all exactly the same. It's, what do we got here? The Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess. It's like counterparts. Your divine masculine and your divine feminine right here. Destiny. You have to balance both within yourself first. You have to have both. That's everything. Source is both. That's why I don't believe in God, angry Sky Daddy, because think about it. You have to have a male and female to have a baby here. So think about up there. Source had to be a combination of both. And what my dad saw, we don't even have skin. We're infinite light. He said they were just glowing figures. No mouths, no nothing. And when they were communicating with him, it was all telepathic. All of it. And it was just a feeling. It was just feelings. See, that's us. That's that deep, deep knowing. But you gotta clear the head. You gotta get into Four of Swords. You gotta calm the thoughts. You gotta calm your heart and soul. And I know it's so hard. Believe me. And when you're manifesting and you're waiting, and it is a lot of anxiety. You're waiting on this message to come through. You're waiting on something big. I know I'm sitting in the thick of it right now, and I don't know what to do with myself. I literally don't. And I thought, you know what? It's time. I've been avoiding YouTube all the way, and I have some like stories or whatever about it, but I know that I'm supposed to do this. In that dream that I had, and I was walking on the ledge of the skyscraper, and I stood up, and when I looked, I got so scared, and I was like, okay, I need to get down. And, and I landed on the concrete platform. I'll get into more detail about all this later, but it was like I landed on a concrete platform. YouTube is a concrete platform. And it's like, duh. So I know, like, I already know. And it's like that cup. Fill your own cup. Source, spirit, whatever you subscribe to. Look, and if you're religious, God bless you. Like, I'm not here to tell people not to believe or whatever. For me, it's a hard no. Hard no. But you are where you are. And you have to accept that you are where you are. And when you're ready, when the time is right, it will happen. You cannot miss what is for you. I am 1,000% convinced. 1,000%. Oh, what the heck? Nine of Swords. Yeah, that's anxiety, losing sleep, 100%. That energy sucks. That's a lot. That's a lot. I know. Oh, God, that's what I'm going through right now. 100%. That is a very nasty energy. It's not easy. But it's just one more step to the Ten of Swords, and then it's over. It's final. And then it's judgment, right? The judgment's been called. It's final. It's over. You have an answer, and now you can either move forward or move on, right? Maybe you're waiting for a loan, or an answer about a job, or an answer about something important to you, a result, a test result maybe, like my dad. Oh my gosh. So check this out. This is the trippy part. So my dad had to have 4 bone marrow tests. And if you don't know how they do it, it's awful. And my dad said it was the most excruciating thing he's ever experienced in his life. They did that shit to him 4 times. So they did 2. Third one. Okay? Third one happens. And they came back to him and said, Rex, we got to do this again. And my dad was like, why? I said they didn't want to tell him. My dad said, well, you better tell me because I'm not going to let you do this again. That shit's horrible. What the hell's going on? And they said, we have your sample, but it's either contaminated or it got mixed up with someone else's. And my dad was like, what? And they were like, you have blood cells. You have red blood cells, and there's red blood cells and white blood cells. Like, this is not your blood. Sorry. There's no way. And so my dad's been in the hospital for a year in, oh my God, King of Wands again. He was on chemo, radiation, you name it. I mean, they gave him enough of that stuff to wipe out cockroaches. You know what I mean? He was dying. I mean, he was literally dying. And they told him many times, like, sign your will, see the priest, like, you're done. Call your family. You are not going to make it. Like, it's over for you. My dad told them to kick rocks, except he used some other words. And he was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not dying. Go to hell. You know? And then he had his near-death experience. So he was already cured before that happened. So why did that happen? Right? See, for a long time, I thought that he went and then he came back and then they were like, oh, you're cured. But we got the paperwork and everything. And I've talked to my dad. I interviewed him, everything. And it's, he had that third one before his near-death experience. So why was that scheduled after? Because it was scheduled for that to happen. And they were waiting for him. They knew. They was like, yeah, there he is. Okay. So, this is about like soul contracts and things like that is what I started to explore because the movie, right? We're in a movie. We all have our part to play here on earth. So my dad went and he brought back that experience, but he had to literally almost die for that to happen. And when he brought that back, I mean, that's a crazy ass manifestation. That's nuts. That's next level. So, and the Queen of Swords, truth and logic, right? It's like, what in the word clarity? It's speaking the mind, like clear it up. It is absolute clarity without getting your feelings all in it, And sometimes the truth isn't what people want to hear. Sometimes the truth is cold. It's a double-edged sword, right? What do we call that? A catch-22, my favorite number. And that's the truth. Truth can really hurt. The truth can be so painful. And that's why the swords are so hard. Because this right here is where we manifest from. This is where it starts. But we get so fucked up as humans, getting all in our emotions, and we let the emotions control everything. When we need to control our thoughts. We need to control all of this. Like, get this in order. And once that happens, but how do you do that? Especially when we're living in a world like right now. It's like, what the hell? So, for me, I had to deconstruct. I had to do all these things. Believe me, it was not on my bingo card. Was never in a million years. And it was like in layers because I was like, okay, I don't believe in this anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. And it slowly disappeared. And I was like, okay, but I know there's something like helping, and it's energy. It's these energy sources. It's our own energy. And that's that deep knowing to our highest self. And it's like, what do you want? You have to choose yourself. Believe me, I was married to a man who was, this whole family, Baptist preachers, okay? Tarot, any kind of, like, find your souls, not okay. You're going to hell, fire and brimstone, blah, 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 that whole bit. I believe evil is right here on planet Earth. I think Earth is hell. This is the lowest realm. So that makes sense. And we have to overcome it. We have to overcome the money, the power, the control, the lust, the whatever, right? We have to overcome all of those things to become sovereign. The fool is untethered and doesn't give a fuck. Page of Pentacles and the Fool. My dad brought the pentacle and set me free. I love tarot. I'm telling you. See, and I have the pentacle. And I've been holding it and I didn't know what to do with it. It was here. I need to bring it to you. I did it on the podcast. That was kind of like my audition stage, getting comfortable talking about all this and getting comfortable with what my beliefs are, getting comfortable with all of it. And the last part of this now is the physical part. It's me. It's right here on camera. This is the physical manifestation of my pentacle. And it's setting me free. It's my sovereignty. It's being able to share it and to give it freely. I share what I've learned. Whew, that's heavy. All right. Well, let's get something for closing because I think I'm just going to leave this here. I love doing readings. I love doing tarot. I love all of this. I just have to learn to love to do it on camera. I need to learn to love to do it for all of you, whoever you are, whoever my collective ends up being. Hi, my soul tribe. Ooh. Eight of Pentacles. Mastering your pentacles. Mastering making bricks. I always say be a good brick maker because you want to build your tower, your empire, right? And you got to make sure you have good bricks. You don't want shitty, subpar crap bricks that are made with nastiness. Like, you don't want that. You need to learn to make sure that you can make your own pentacles. Make your own, and then the rest of it. But you got to worry about yourself first. You have to choose yourself. Sovereignty. You have to choose sovereignty first. Because you will never know what you're really fucking made of until you do. You're back against the wall. It's a journey. And I believe that we're here having a human experience because we're not really humans. Nobody was an original human. Do you know what I mean? Listen, there were cave people, okay? They existed. Cave people were here. We know this. Dinosaurs were here. We know this. So how does this all come together? I don't know. Oh, and the aliens are here apparently. I'm still not 100% sure. I hope they are. I hope it's good. I hope whatever. I hope this just bust this stuff open. Like, let's just make it weird, right? I've never ever believed in aliens. I've never whatever. I love the X-Files though, but I've never King of Wands. I'm telling you. Master your passion. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Not what do I want? Not what do your family want? Not your spouse, not your boyfriend, not your cousin, not your kids, not your dog. You. What do you want? You can have it. I promise. And whatever your soul contract was, here's the thing. Dolores Cannon, I listened to her some, and she made a lot of sense. I've gone through collecting bits and pieces. I just open it up to the universe and say, show me what I need. And I'm telling you, it just shows up. It just shows up. Whatever it is that I need, right when I need it, I swear to you, it happens. And that's surrender. That's that's the Fool. Which is funny because my dog is white too. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're ready. Oh, and this was just sticking up. The Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. It's happiness. Your own personal sense of fulfillment, whatever that is. Mine's YouTube and tarot, apparently. Well, not even YouTube, it's tarot. I do love YouTube. See, I had a reading from someone and it changed my life. And it was from YouTube. And I'm like, maybe this is where I give back. So anyway, Queen of Swords. Speak the truth. Whew. Well, when you choose yourself, you can never go wrong. It might be a really hard journey, a really struggling journey, a real painful journey, a lonely journey. I know. And listen, I don't take that shit lightly. I don't take it for granted. I don't downplay it. If you are alone, you're not anymore. If you found me and you're alone, you're not alone anymore. I got you. We're going to be friends. We're going to do this. Because we're not supposed to, but how do you find your tribe? You have to become your authentic self. And once you step into that, that's when it all just happens. That's where you find your passion. And the thing is this, it's like my podcast. Would I still do it if nobody's listening? I did. I started it. No one was listening. It's okay. It's been up for like a year and a half. And what do we got? Not even a year and a half. And we're at, what are we at? How many streams and downloads do we have? I don't know. How do I find this? Here it is. 1,751. That's crazy. Today? Oh no, that's not today. In the last week. Oh my gosh. 275 downloads just in a week. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's insane to me. Okay. But it's happening. And I just keep going. I don't know who's listening. No comments, nothing. But somebody's there, right? And I just let it fly. I had to let my ego down. This was more comfortable though, like I said, when I started, because it wasn't my phase. And look, when it started, I sounded like a valley girl, all kinds of shit. And I was 10 toes down in religion. Do you know how cringy those old episodes are to me? Cringy. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to take them down so bad. But I can't. Because it's who the fuck I was. It's like that podcast is the container of my entire awakening and deconstructing. And I thought, you know what? There's somebody out there that's in that same place that I was. And they're going to need to hear that. They will show up. Look, I don't believe in coincidence at all. And that's why with my dad's near-death experience, I was like, that shit happened on purpose. It was all timed exactly. I do not believe in coincidence. So if you're seeing this, you're supposed to. And I'm really glad that you're here. And I hope that you found something here. Peace, comfort, I don't know, whatever. And look, I know I'm not for everybody. I don't even try to pretend like I am. But for those of you that are here, welcome. And I'm really glad that you are. So, all right. I'm going to leave it there. And, yeah, we'll get some more readings up. I'm trying. All right, everybody. Until next time. Bye.